Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hoops All Day. Since I am trying to post consistently now on Thursdays and Saturdays, and my 6 Man of the Year script, I've got it all worked out, but I can't necessarily post it yet. I don't have the highlights and everything. I just decided that I'm going to do an off-script video today, and it's going to be called The Warriors Are Figuring It Out. So what I want to focus on tonight is I want to talk about the Warriors, obviously. I want to talk about what tonight's success against the Mavericks, they pretty much blew them out by 30 points, what it meant, and how each different player of the Warriors roster is serving an impact to their overall team cause. Alright, so let me give you a quick summary of the game. Around the first quarter, it was pretty close. Around the second quarter, it was again pretty close. Kelly Oubre, Steph were both having good halves. So was Luka Doncic. And then in the third quarter, the Warriors obviously started to significantly pull away and eventually just massacred the Dallas Mavericks. So how this happened, it was an overall good outing for pretty much every single player that was on the roster. It was only 9 players playing tonight because of all the injuries to our roster. Klay Thompson, Marquise Chris, now Kevon Looney, James Wiseman. We don't even have a single center. Eric Pascal was out tonight. But yeah, it was a really good effort from everyone, and we really got out to a quick shooting and scoring overall start to the second half, and that really helped us to pull away against the Mavericks. They didn't stand a chance to go with a slow paint game because they were already down by so much. It wouldn't have helped at all. And we out-rebounded them somehow. I don't know how the Warriors out-rebounded them because, 6'7" was our tallest player, and then 7'3", obviously, Kristaps Porzingis, but it happened, okay? It happened, people. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, wow, that was terrible. Let's talk a little bit about the individual success of each player. So Kelly Oubre, obviously, he dropped a 40-piece. That was pretty amazing. He was having a good shooting night, 7 of 10 from three-point range. He was having a good defensive night, which he always is. That usually goes unnoticed, but yeah, 1 steal and block tonight. Really efficient from the field. Just got out to a hot start, 22 points at the half, and he just wouldn't stop. It was really consistent all game, and it was what we needed in order to pull away from the Mavericks. His scoring average is now up to 12 points per game. We'd like it to be around the 17 point per game range, 15 to 17 points. That's what we kind of expected getting him in the trade. So if he can keep getting consistent scoring nights, maybe some consistent 20 pieces, he can get that scoring total up, and that's what we need. He needs to continue his really quick pace that he was doing. He was getting a lot of spot-up threes, and obviously those were working for him. Sometimes they're not, but he's getting into the groove of the season now. I think he could be really dangerous from now. He's up to 23% from 3, which, considering he started 17%, and that was through a lot of games, so it had already built up a strong percentage that wasn't easily going to change. It's starting to change, and that's good for him. Alright, Steph Curry. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I think everyone knows Steph Curry's success. He's been consistently dropping between 25 to 35 per game this year, and it's been just really fun to watch. He is the core of our team. If we were to lose him to injury, the trade, to anything, it would be a terrible loss, and let's hope we don't. Andrew Wiggins, he is finally being all-star caliber on both ends. His defensive potential is finally being tapped out, and it is amazing. He's one of the best wing defenders in the league. I would go as far to say he's 7th in the return for the all-star voting right now, and it's well-deserved. He's been a consistent scorer. Obviously, he had a little bit of an off night tonight, but so far up to the season, he's been a consistent scorer. He's been consistent getting blocks, getting some nice defensive forced turnovers, and he's just been consistent, which isn't him. It isn't usually him, and now he's changed it to be him, which is what we needed, which is what we expected from him. So now he is our pretty much second star. Alright, the hated Draymond. His small ball game is finally working. His stats are finally showing up. Obviously, he had 15 assists through only 3 quarters tonight. Take that, haters. He's good he's always been good, but it's showing up to any casual who disbelieved that before. So that's good. Juan Toscano Anderson, he is, in my opinion, the next Andre Iguodala. He racked up 14, 8, and 5 tonight, and that's really Andre Iguodala's stat, all-around play, and he's been like that any minutes that he's got this season. He needs to get more minutes. I like him as a starter. We like Wiseman off the bench. He's been great like that. And that transitions us into Wiseman. We miss his height, but he's been great off the bench. So I think that when he comes back, he needs to be back on the bench. Michael Mulder, he's been a great shooter from 3 this year, 44% from 3. Great pick-me-up from the bench. Lee, he's been a consistent sixth man, a surprising rebounder, and a good scorer, all-around scorer. What can I say? He's been good. Pascal, he was consistent towards the beginning of the season. He's starting to slow down a little bit, but you can tell he's improved on defense, and he's just an all-around better player, which is what we need. And finally, Looney, he improved his playmaking skills. And that is just a show of what he's learned in his time in the NBA, which is great. He's becoming a more balanced center, and when we don't have an option with Wiseman being so young, we can refer to Looney. Alright, last guy, Klay Thompson. I think we need to admit it. I think it's a secret that needs to come out. Klay Thompson is better than Michael Jordan. He's better than LeBron James, alright? And he's really proved it this season. He's been going off. He's averaging 5 insults against Rodney McGruder, and that is just an insane stat. I think it's unmatched by anyone. And clapping back at Big Baby, and that's 1 clapback per game. He's been insane on that end. So I think we just need to admit that this version of Klay, this whatever you want to call him, reporter Klay, he's been the best we've ever seen in the game.